Most open-world games give you freedom. Just Cause 3 gave you chaos. Released back in 2015, Just Cause 3 did things that many modern AAA games still don't. While other games focused on realism, Avalanche Studios built a sandbox where almost everything existed for one reason: to let the player create unbelievable moments. And that's exactly why Just Cause 3 was ahead of its time. The first thing that made the game different was movement. Most open-world games made traveling feel like a chore. You drive from point A to point B and maybe stop for a random event along the way. Just Cause 3 completely changed that. With Rico's grappling hook, parachute, and wingsuit, simply moving around the map became one of the most fun parts of the game. Players could launch themselves off mountains, chain grapples together, fly across entire islands, and barely touch the ground for hours. Even today, almost no open-world game offers movement that feels this fast and satisfying. Then there's the physics. Everything in Just Cause 3 feels like it wants to explode. Fuel tanks, bridges, antennas, helicopters, jets, statues, pipelines, almost every military structure could be destroyed in spectacular fashion. But the best part wasn't just blowing things up. It was how you blew them up. You could attach rockets to cows, tether enemies to exploding gas tanks, connect helicopters to giant towers, or launch vehicles hundreds of feet into the air. The game never told you the correct way to complete an objective. It simply gave you tools and let your imagination do the rest. That's something many modern games still struggle to achieve. The world itself also deserves more credit. Medici wasn't just another generic open-world map. It featured massive mountains, Mediterranean villages, beaches, forests, military bases, airports, ports, and hidden islands, all connected without loading screens. Even nearly a decade later, the map still looks beautiful. Then there's the sound design. Every explosion feels powerful. Every bridge collapse shakes the screen. Every dogfight sounds like a Hollywood action movie. The game constantly rewards players with satisfying visual and audio feedback, making destruction feel addictive rather than repetitive. But perhaps the biggest reason Just Cause 3 was ahead of its time was its philosophy. Modern open-world games often focus on grinding levels, collecting resources, managing inventories, or completing endless side quests. Just Cause 3 asked a much simpler question. What if fun came first? Every mechanic exists to create memorable moments. Every explosion creates another opportunity. Every failed stunt usually becomes something even funnier than success. The game embraces chaos instead of restricting it. You don't remember Just Cause 3 because of its story. You remember the time you accidentally launched a tank into a helicopter, while wingsuiting underneath it before landing on a moving train. Those moments weren't scripted. They happened because the game's systems naturally worked together. That's incredibly difficult to design. Nearly 10 years later, players are still discovering new stunts, new tricks, and new ways to cause absolute mayhem. And maybe that's the biggest sign that Just Cause 3 was ahead of its time. It wasn't trying to be realistic. It was trying to be fun. And in many ways, it still does that better than most modern open-world games.